All right. We'll see if this works. I don't know.
All right.
In theory, we're live.
Well, that's just like your opinion, man.
At this point, basically. All right. So it's picking up mic. It's picking up game audio. Just not picking up that, which I don't understand why. I don't know. I hate... Can you hear me? Ground control to Major Tom.
Hello.
Is it me you are looking for? Oh, God. Okay, so note to self. Windows can go screw itself because every time I update it, something breaks. I've been working all week. I told you I thought I fixed the network attached storage. No, this morning it was still...
Fuck.
Basically, yeah.
Sorry.
No, I almost told Windows that it can go fuck itself, so, you know, I'm just...
Yeah. Well, there goes today's monetization.
Which is good, because today, our live stream is brought to you by a sponsor.
Balls.
Don't trust them. They're nuts. Hopefully you all can hear this wonderful, terrible commentary. I'm going to scroll up so that I can actually see what I'm doing. And then I have a fix so that I can actually see.
Oh. Oh, what? Well, that is bananas.
Isn't it?
B-A-N-A.
N-A-S. Thank you, Gwen Stefani. So, can everyone hear? Because I see a bunch of people in chat. I see Barbara, Penn, Cirque, Aaron. Seven was there earlier. So as long as everyone can hear.
Yeah, if you can hear. Can you hear me now? Throwback to...
Yes, and it sucks the PlayStation 3 store is closing. Yeah, this is why I don't like an all-digital future. Yes, Rowan. We can hear you now, yes. Excellent. So they can hear. We are
here.
here.
What is it? The future is physical media by Laserdisc?
Laserdisc is forever. Physical media is forever. Buy Laserdisc. I fucking love Team 4-Star. I'm also sitting here talking about how much I hate a digital future, playing on my modded PS TV with digital copies of my entire library added to it for convenience.
Well, see, that's the thing, though. You're not all digital. You have the physical media to back it up.
I just do this for convenience.
Rowan, no one is in there.
Rowan, you can't go into my room. That's my room.
You can't sit with us.
Actually, I can't sit anywhere. I have hemorrhoids.
Oh, fine. Rest in peace. Oh, speaking of rest in peace, did you hear?
Jessica Walters?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That kind of fucked me up a little. Because there hasn't been enough, fucked up news the last couple of days.
Yeah, I mean... And what sucks is I thought Archer had been... They had finally ended it, but they gave it a 12th season.
What?
Yeah. Apparently the 11th season... Because the 10th season they did the Archer in space, and it was kind of like...
I still haven't watched it.
Riffing off of, Star Trek, Star Wars, Firefly. Like, they were riffing off of every sci-fi, like
Archer does.
Like Archer does. But then the season after that, they went back to being secret agents. Since it was back, he woke up from his coma and stopped having these weird fever dreams. And apparently going back to that was such a popular resurgence that, we have to give it a 12th season. And now Mallory Archer is dead. And that...
Which just blows.
All right, so I'm playing Puzzle Quest. I'm playing Puzzle Quest because my lungs are complete shit right now.
They are.
I have been coughing. I don't have the COVID. I had a negative test for that because...
Plus, we got our first shots on Saturday.
We did get our first shot, so hey, we've got that. Also, I really hope...
Shot. Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, chat seems...
Oh, there's Pen.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, so people are still... it just seems like nothing's working, and it concerns me. But, so, yeah, we got our first COVID shot. We go back on the 10th for our second. What's weird is it caused me excruciating pain in my arm for a day, and then basically nothing. But now I've developed a cough, and it's not the COVID, but I think it's just pollen at this point.
Yeah, we're in the middle of North Carolina, pollen spooge season, so...
Yeah. So, I took some albuterol earlier, because that helps my lungs. Unfortunately, it makes me really kind of... Feels like my face gets detached and is about this far away from my head. So I wanted to play something kind of mindless, but kind of fun. So I'm playing Puzzle Quest, which is like... This is one of the early Match 3 games for consoles. Like, I remember that this is one of the first ones that was, like, on consoles. So I am playing this.
Yeah, also, today, breaking news, as of the 7th, everyone in North Carolina is eligible for a vaccine, which is, like, no more excuses, you little shits. Like, get your shot.
Rowan, stop scratching at the wall, my son. I love you. I love you, but Jesus.
God, it sets my teeth on edge. Which I'm actually, because it is pollen spooge season, I've been fighting like a 4-day long migraine at this point. So if I have to bow out early, that's why.
Yeah.
But I did just load up on some Excedrin and Sudafed, so hopefully I will be okay. But yeah.
Yay, drugs.
I remember friends talking about playing this. I never got a chance to, but...
So, this is one of those games that I would just play and turn my brain completely off. Because it's just like, look at the pretty colors.
Yeah.
Also, it just got re-released on modern platforms. This version, Challenge of the Warlords, they re-released it, and you know that's great and all, but they made a bunch of changes to it. Like you can't, like you have cooldown for abilities that does not exist in this version. So like I can just, as long as I've got the mana, I can just spam abilities.
Yeah.
And in the remake, you can't do that. I'm sitting here going, why must you take my fun away from me? I ask for so little in life. Rowan, what are you doing today, son?
I remember Bejeweled was the first match 3 that I played. And I would sit there in front of my computer for hours. Just pretty colors. Pretty colors.
It's so weird that it's like...
Of course, I also did that with Snood, so...
Oh, God. I wonder if Libet's in the chat, because...
Back in the day.
I guarantee you, if you start talking about Snood, Libet would be like, Snood?
I loved Snood. Yeah, that was actually how I occupied a good chunk of my time during my first medical leave of absence in college.
Snood.
Snood.
Death by Snood. I feel... Is anyone going to play the Alien Fireteam game? I don't know. Maybe. I feel the same way about Tetris or Puzzle League. Puzzle League, I can do Puzzle League as well. Or Tetris Attack, which is basically just... Fuck, I forget the name of it. It's on the virtual shop as well. That's another one of those that it's like, okay, just pretty colors. I'm going to sit here for like 2 days and do nothing other than...
See, I did that with Tetris Worlds on the Xbox because I could upload my own music and play to that, and I would just sit there listening to mostly the soundtrack to Tomb Raider while I was playing Tetris Worlds. It was pretty awesome.
Oh, I was like, I don't also remember... There's a story to this, but no one cares.
I mean, there's a story to the tower defense game that I play that has a similar map, but...
Panel de Pont, yes, thank you. As I just scared the shit out of Rowan. Well, that's what you get for being too high-strung
You've been so high-strung, and also your poop stinks, like, bad.
You do have very stinky poop. Why for your poop stink?
I mean, I get it. It's supposed to stink a little. It would be weird if it didn't, but yours has a special... stank on it. Rowan, you do not need Daddy's glass of water.
Oh, that's...
Or Axis. Sorry,
I was
thinking about one cat and looking at the other.
I was actually freaking out for a second because I was looking at Rowan's like, what is he doing? Did I not noticing? Recently picked up Zuma on Steam. Yeah, that's another one.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. I might have to do that, actually. Well, since I'm going to be, rich for me soon, I might actually buy a few games on Steam instead of only playing the free ones. Luxury.
All I can think of is John Mulaney talking about Home Alone, watching a kid getting in a stretch limo with a cheese pins. This is the height of luxury!
Yeah.
Because he's an obligate carnivore. Plants vs. Zombies. I never got into Plants vs. Zombies, but Libet is playing the Plants vs. Zombies card game on her phone.
What?
It's like a hero versus hero card game. Like you get... one person plays as a plant, one person plays as a zombie, and like you have a hero that has a certain power, and then you can build like thematic decks based off of the cards you get. And so like every turn you get a resource. The plants get sun, the zombies get brains. You play, zombies get an extra turn for tricks so that they can try to screw over the other player. But it's an interesting game, and she tried to get me into it, and because I love card games, and I really want to get into card games for my own card game design. But I just couldn't because I didn't have the patience for it because like getting like decent cards did seem to take a little while, and she's been playing it for like years at this point, like forever.
I didn't even know that was like a thing. I might have to try that out because I started playing, speaking of mindless games, that I just sit there and I'm like, ooh, pretty colors. I downloaded the design home, whatever, and so I get to do like interior design mindlessly, which is kind of one of my favorite things, so awesome. But yeah, getting to a point where you have the appropriate resources to do what you want to do takes so fucking long.
Yeah.
And it is just...
Like that is one thing I really don't miss. Like I get free to play games. Like I played the shit out of TF2 for years.
Yeah.
I get it. But like at the same time,
the grind is sometimes not worth it. And it's really weird to grind for interior design. I'm just... but yeah, tower defense with horrible puns. I love the puns. The puns make me so happy. Actually, we were talking about some of the restaurants that have popped up around lately, and how I almost don't care what their food is like. I just want to reward them for their punny names. Because, what was it?
Thick milkshakes.
Oh yeah, thick milkshakes.
THICC milkshakes.
There's Pimp My Pasta was...
Yep.
That's not necessarily punny. It's just funny. There was a burger place? Or... No, it's Fry Me a River.
Fry Me a River, yes.
And, like, a lot of the stuff they do is, like, fish and stuff. And I'm not a particularly big fan of seafood. But I want to go there and give them money to reward them for a fabulously punny name. Because it makes me happy.
I'm definitely losing this fight. Because I did not realize he is level fucking 18. He is taking me behind the woodshed. Mom likes a series of mystery novels by Donna Andrews. All the titles are horrible puns like...
That's amazing.
This is actually the PSP version that I'm currently playing.
Your penis pee.
You're
the one who said it to me, and now I can't hear it any other way.
My penis pee.
It is your fault. It just...
If only I had a nickel for every time someone heard me now can't disassociate the word penis. I've been playing on PlayStation, but I can't remember which one. This is the PSP version. I have the PS2 version as well. Right here, actually. Which I don't remember when I got that. I also don't remember why I got that. Oh, no, I do remember why. Because for a while I was like, I can't record off my PSP, my penis P, and so I wanted to find a way to record games because Sony's just fucking stupid.
Sometimes.
All the time. So their whole thing was the PSP has a video out. You can use a component, like it has a bunch of different... The main menu is full screen. The games are zoomed in, so they only take up literally like a quarter of the center of your screen. And I'm sitting here going, but why?
But why?
Yeah. Oh, damn. That hurt a lot. Yeah, Dugong is too strong. We must try. Yeah, I never would have guessed that. All right, let's go fight some more people and get some XP. We'll fight this guy. This guy looks like he's fun. I'm gonna call him Bruce.
Hey, Bruce.
So there's no way to buy on Play 4. No, actually, this particular version is not available. But they did re-release it. I know they re-released it on the Switch. I think it may have been re-released on PlayStation Network as well. But that one has changes to it that I don't like. I really don't like those changes. It makes me a sad panda. You can't spam a lot of abilities. They have cooldown timers. It feels like the progression is a lot slower, honestly. I mean, most of the time I am a sad panda.
Are you a sad Panda Chan?
I miss Panda Chan. I need to do more with Panda Chan. I really do. The grind is real. Yeah, that's the thing. I forget just how much time I put into this when I was playing it originally. Because I'd play it for like an hour before bed every night. And I never realized that it's like, oh yes, I put 40 hours into this game before I realized I'm way over leveled and I haven't actually been doing any of the story stuff. Whoops!
My bad.
Maybe. Thank you for all of those juicy skulls. You too can have the juiciest skull. Yeah. So how's everyone's week been? Been going all right? Been going good? Doing all right for everyone? It's been a week.
It has been a week. It's always been a week. Like it's been
a week for like the last
decade
year.
Of weeks. But yeah, I saw in the chat earlier, Penn, that you'd gotten your first dose, and you recorded a 5-year retrospective, I think. So happy 5-year anniversary. Woo!
You know, I have not even bothered to keep tabs on how long I've been doing this. Mostly because I've kind of just... part of me has given up on becoming, like, super successful. Like, I'm not going to be the next Markiplier. And I've kind of come to terms with that. But, like, I've been on this platform for way too long. At this point. It is ridiculous.
And tomorrow is Friday, which also happens to be my favorite color-coded day in my pillbox. Which is one of the most depressing things I've said lately. But it's a very pretty teal aquamarine color. It's nice. I like it.
It could be worse.
I mean, yeah, I could not have the meds that I need to function even halfway decently.
Yeah. But yeah, so like I've really just stopped paying attention. I mean, congratulations on 5 years. You've done fantastically for 5 years. No, you share an anniversary. Chugga Conroy. I think live streaming like Let's Play content has definitely taken a seat back, because people want the interaction. The interaction's better. But you can do so much better edited content for Let's Plays. Not that I do a lot of edited content these days. I mean, well, actually, I do a fair bit for Tactics. I add in a bunch of maps and shit that take forever.
Yeah, when you say, I'm going to go edit a video while you're working on this project, I know I'm not going to see you for a minute.
It's been a minute. But yeah, like, the live audience has definitely changed the platform a lot.
Yeah.
But, you know, at least with the live audience, I can do this. I have a kitty.
Kitty.
Kitty is going to be my lovey friend. He is not happy about this.
He's not, but he's pretty.
And
Giving you grooming.
It's grooming time. Why must I?
Because that is how he's paying you back for that. You're gonna annoy me. I'm going to annoy you back. But yeah. The platform has definitely changed a lot from its humble beginnings as a way to try and make sure someone could see Janet Jackson's nip slip. Well, forced nip slip. Thank you, Justin.
Thank you, Justin Timberlake, for that. They just came to fix it.
Oh, that sucks, Penn.
Does this cat also plot your... No, this cat doesn't. He's actually a pretty good cat. He's not trying to kill me like Coco did. Coco wanted everyone dead. Coco had some demons.
Coco saw some shit.
Coco wasn't the same after coming back from Nam.
I mean, for our age range, the Gulf War is probably more accurate.
Desert Storm.
And also lots of shit.
Also lots of shit. That cat was... Actually, no, that cat was not as psycho as other cats that I've owned. Like, Coco was actually pretty goddamn tame compared to others. Spike was the worst. But Spike also kind of trained Coco, so I think that's where it comes from.
Oh, a protege.
So I had a cat who was polydactyl. So he had extra claws. One of them functioned almost exactly like an opposable thumb. And I shit you not. I walked out into our backyard once. He was an outdoor cat. Well, he was an indoor-outdoor cat. He would come in when the weather was bad. But he, I swear, was dangling a mouse by the tail, just watching it struggle because he was able to hold it. And I'm just sitting there looking at this like, this cat is just fucking psychotic.
Like, thank goodness he's not big enough to, like, do this to people. It's bad enough that he's doing it to Mises.
When we lived in West Virginia, there were reports of a bobcat in the area. And so everyone's like, you should probably bring your cat in. And my dad's like, the cat's fine. They're like, the cat's not gonna fuck with a bobcat. The cat fucked with a bobcat. So Spike apparently disappeared for 2 days, and we thought, oh, maybe he got hit by a car, maybe... No, he comes back with some scratches on him, and then we find a bobcat carcass that had been just completely shredded. It's like, Spike was like, he was in my territory.
Spike said, fuck around and find out.
But the best time that the best story I have about Spike is when we moved to North Carolina. Our next door neighbors, for the first house that we bought, they had a fenced-in backyard and they had 2 dogs. And these were like super sweet dogs. One was a husky mix, one was a lab mix. Super sweet, dumb as a sack of hammers, both of them, but they were just so lovey. But our neighbors are like, is your cat an outdoor cat? And I was like, yeah, we have 2. Like, okay, you probably not want to let them do that. You know, our dogs have gotten out and they accidentally killed one of the neighbor's cats. They didn't, it wasn't like malicious. They just didn't realize, you know,
they're
big dogs,
than they think they are.
Tiny cats. And so like, yeah, it was kind of a rough thing. And my dad's like, I'm not super worried at this point about it because of given the cat's history. And so one day there's this commotion out on our front porch. The dogs have gotten out and have gone after our other cat who is on the front porch climbing up the screen of a window trying to escape them. Spike comes running from the woods in the backyard, just full blast. Just jumps into one of the dogs. The lab. Just body slams that dog. Like, that dog didn't get up for a good minute after that. It was like, I'm dead.
I'm gonna take a rest. It's fine. I needed a nap. Thank you.
And then hopped on the back of the husky and dug his claws in, like, right behind the dog's ears and eyes, and then proceeded to ride him up and down the street like a fucking bronco. The dog was trying to thrash to get him off, and Spike was just like, no, I'm not going nowhere. And he had claws, so it was just like... And, like, after that, Spike would walk along the fence of their backyard, and just like anytime he did that, the dogs would be like, I don't see that goddamn cat. That's
minding our own business. It's fine.
It's like, he was such a good cat. If not a little psychotic, but you know.
That's just cat.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure every animal I have owned to a degree is a little weird. And random question: what is the origin of your name, Marauder X? Sorry, actually, it's not a question I get often, but I have answered it a couple of times in some old Q&A videos. So, my name comes from BattleTech or Mech Warrior, depending on your age and exposure to it. I actually have a poster right here. Mm-hmm. There is a mech in the original series. It's one of the unseen mechs, meaning that it actually had to be removed from the game because of copyright issues, called a Marauder. And it was my favorite mech because I could customize the shit out of this thing and just wreck house in any of the games that I played. And then the EX comes from Street Fighter EX plus Alpha, which was, at the time, it's like, oh, this is going to be great. It's a 3D Street Fighter game. And then, my hopes and dreams were shattered when it actually came out. But I started using Marauder EX as an online moniker on AOL. AOL. In fact, I recently just got in touch with someone who I knew from high school. And she was like, you've had the same email address since high school, haven't you? I'm like, kinda. I got rid of the AOL one, but I just changed it to Gmail.
I don't have that experience. I've changed email addresses and like monikers a lot, but on AOL, like the vast majority of my time on AOL, my handle was Solitrel.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, if I find a name I like, I'm gonna stick with it. So, but yeah, so that's where my name comes from. I do have one of the posters of the Marauder hanging on the wall because it is my namesake, and I've had that forever. That is an old ass poster.
Welcome back, Seven. Yay!
Seven's back. Funny catch.
Just in time for me to go get another beer.
And now it's beer. Yay, beer.
Red stripe. Hooray, beer.
Oh god, I hate going against trolls with regeneration. They take for fucking ever. This fight's taken way longer than it really has any right to. I love that. Thanks for sharing. Really enjoying Final Fantasy Tactics. Thanks. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I was really scared that I wasn't going to do the game justice because there's so much to that game that you can do good or bad, and I was like, I'm just gonna fuck this up. But thankfully I haven't yet. So I've had a number of email addies, mostly because of school and sites disappearing. Use the same handle. So I had a friend in high school who it was a long-running joke that every other week she'd have a new email address. Mostly because she liked to hang out on a lot of slash fiction sites, and apparently if she felt that she was getting too recognized, she would create a new moniker.
Same pin.
So yeah, that was always an experience. Just every week. Oh, my email address is this now.
Like, that joke on Letterkenny, like, such and such goth.yahoo is compromised. Now email me at blah blah blah. Emo something or another. What was it? Hotmail. I almost forgot about Hotmail for a second.
I mean, how could you forget about Hotmail? Who could forget?
I still have an active Yahoo email address, but that's where I send stuff that I know will be spammy to.
I
check it once a year, maybe.
Think I have an active, but also I mostly just use it for spam. Like, oh, I know this is where the spam's gonna go.
Yeah. Well, the reason I have the Yahoo is actually, 'cause a couple of years I was playing Yahoo Fantasy Football with a group of people, and so I needed a Yahoo email address.
Giving my dog cereal, he will eat anything you feed him. I mean,
As
dogs.
long as it's not a Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Yeah, don't do the Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Unless you have extra cocktail sauce.
Can I just say I'm kind of tired of the internet now?
And so, okay, I actually typed the sentence. The guy who created Milkshake Duck, because he did, apparently, and was like, so that comic wasn't a joke. It was I'm going to pave the way to minimize my own milkshake duckness by saying it's a joke, like, in advance.
So we can't.
So yeah, milkshake duck guy, milkshake ducked.
Can I just say that I'm kind of tired of the internet now? Oh God! So I don't know if you saw. Chris posted on Facebook that Pepsi and Peeps are combining to make a marshmallow flavored Pepsi. And
so Pepsi with more sugar.
That's, but I'm just sitting there looking. It's like this is where I know we have officially failed as a species.
Well, I mean, okay, it would be like a cola cream soda in terms of flavor, is what I'm imagining. Yeah. But it doesn't need the extra branding of Peeps. You could just say, like... I mean, Dr. Pepper did it with Dr. Pepper and cream, which is delicious.
Simpsons did it.
Yeah, I could totally handle a Pepsi-flavored marshmallow. And yeah, I know, Seven, your Coke regionality, your Pepsi regionality. Sorry.
The internet is the definition of chaotic neutral. You know, I can't disagree with that.
So I just updated my cover photo on Facebook to a guy throwing a Molotov cocktail saying, chaotic good doesn't mean chaotic nice. And it was like the most me thing I've seen in a minute.
I'm just getting hosed. Why am I getting so hosed? Mostly because I'm probably not paying attention. I'm sitting here talking about the failure of mankind, but I'm just.
Oh, Peepsy! I was looking at it over there, and I didn't. I could just kind of make out the shape of the word Peepsy. You. I fry you, sir. Now I see what you did there.
Again, I'm just kind of done with the internet.
Hey, puns are the best. So I've been listening to Rusty Quill Gaming, like, a lot, to the point that, like, I caught up and now I'm re-listening. And sometimes, most of the time, it makes it into the edit, but sometimes, like, they have bloopers at the end, and it's just them punning one after another, and it's amazing. I love it so much.
What am I doing? Oh, I'm.
Actually, I can combine the two in the same sentence, Barbara. Because apparently, cat lawyer also milkshake ducked.
See, that I knew. I knew that the cat lawyer was apparently a terrible person.
Oh yeah. But, you know, it's I think that's one of the things I love about, like, meme culture and whatever on the internet in general, like discourse in that manner is like, I don't consider myself especially skilled at many things, but I am skilled at synthesizing information from disparate places and making them make sense together. And that does that, and it makes me so happy. So basically, I think in memes and always have recursive memes and disparate memes.
Actually,
combined.
yes. Libet gives us so much shit because our conversations are typically in memes. Talking about mankind failing in cats. They are pictographs.
Yep. Actually, I learned I learned an emoticon this weekend. Or, no, not even this weekend, a couple days ago. Is waggling your eyebrows. And I've never been able to figure out that. And I did. I didn't think I could learn new ones at this point. I thought I was done. I thought now it was all emojis. No. Nay, I say.
There will forever be more.
Bailey Sarian, but whatever.
Just so we were watching the Animaniacs reboot, and one of the skits that they talk about is how short form content is too long. So it's basically just like bleh of information. It's like you just watched 7 things. Like that's kind of accurate.
Yeah. What up, DB? Here to give me more shit, I'm sure.
I mean, yeah, probably.
Probably.
Ha! I kicked that skeleton's ass
Hey, you want
that
to try
time.
this pixie stick? My mom says pixie sticks turn you into a slut. Probably.
I mean, also, if you're watching this expecting any like high level gameplay, you've come to the wrong stream. If you watch any of my stuff expecting high level gameplay, you've come to the wrong place.
But we do need to create more high-level content in the way of tasting really weird sodas.
I mean, I want to, but I also don't want to go back out into public. You keep saying this, and yeah, it's true.
It's a magical place. It's not just for memes.
Do a 360 no scope. I mean, if there was a game that I was going to do it in, it'd be this one. It's like, there's a joke. It's like, I'm so bad at playing poker. It's like, how bad are you? It's like, you can't be that bad. It's like, okay, well, tell me where this hand reaches. I've got an ace, a 2, a Magic the Gathering card, one that says "Go fish."
This one has a picture of an old maid on it, which that's really anachronistic. Like, I hope they've updated that. It shouldn't be old maid anymore. It should be like joyful spinster, because and I'm reaching spinster age apparently.
Oh.
Which is exciting. Apparently 40.
Oh, God. So apparently one of the things that Amber was talking about with some of her coworkers is that there's a site to where you can type in your information and find out how many goats you're worth.
Mm-hmm. I've done it before. A long time ago. I don't remember what it was.
You too can find out how many goats you are worth. And I'm just sitting here going, okay, but why though?
I'm trying to work on my self-esteem, so I'm just going to put it out into the universe that I am worth more goats than whatever that site told me. Also, I don't identify as a woman anymore, so that's helpful.
I mean, I was actually kind of like, I'm wondering, I was like, how many goats am I worth? If that, like, I'm finding how weird the world can be. Like, I think I'm a little too naive. I mean,
weirdness that gets me. It's
stupid.
It's the cruel. It's the cruel that gets me. The weirdness, that's my bread and butter, man. That puts me right in my fucking wheelhouse.
I mean...
As a coordinator of chaos.
You are a coordinator of chaos.
I do try.
Let's do that. Let's see what happens. Hey, that did a thing. I'm gonna abuse the hell out of shit for now. But yeah, like I was really entertained. It's like, you can find out how many goats you're worth. It's like, I wonder, how many goats am I worth? I'm not worth many goats.
I'm quite sure that we live in a simulation.
I mean,
in all reality, we do in fact live in a simulation that we all agree upon culturally. Because reality is skewed by our social conditioning.
I mean, I was talking to my mom the other day, and I'm like, yeah, because I am a terrible son in a lot of ways, because I honestly forget to call them often. My parents, I love my parents to death, I really do. I forget that time is a thing. Like, time is a construct to me.
But you all actually live within a reasonable proximity of one another. It's not like they live across the country and you're not calling them.
Yeah. Like, I can see that, and that's another thing, I probably should go see them more. I'm sure they would.
After we get our second shot.
Actually, that was...
Because they got the one and done.
Yes, my parents got the one and done shot, and they're like, now we can have a socially distant gathering. Like, I mean, once we get our shots, we can just have a gathering. And in fact, that's pretty much all I'm gonna do very small gatherings for the foreseeable future.
Yeah. Actually, I wrote a poem about my ex-girlfriend called Solipsism. I was particularly proud of it. But yeah, yes. Just
I saw that some people
the word that defines
guru on YouTube. Relationship gurus on YouTube holds a finger to the wind. Basically. For references, relationship advices, guys are always wrong and trash. I mean, I know a lot of guys who are often wrong and trash.
I wish I knew fewer men that are trash.
Yes. Hey, victory. Yeah, I would have liked to get the one and done shot, because as it is now, literally the full potency for our, because all three of us got on the same day, for the full potency for our second dose will be on my birthday. And like, on a normal year, I'd throw a party. This year, I'm having like 2 people over, and we're gonna have a small dinner.
Yeah.
And I can't say that I'm having 2 people, like, one of them lives here.
Let's see, you've been having me over for 2.5 years now? Jesus Christ. I've been here for 2.5 years.
You have.
It feels like it's been way longer than that and much shorter than that at the same time.
Relationships in general just baffle me. I mean, you know, what's funny is being poly, relationships kind of baffle me too. But, you know, I bring it on myself. Or as, you know, Libet or Jess like to point out, it's like, you chose that.
Yeah. And being poly-ambiguous, like... Yeah.
It's like, yeah, there's
but also being like a Libra with a strong ethical compass and yada yada. I have a very firm idea of what a relationship can be, not what it should be, because I'm trying to avoid shoulds when I can, but what it can be. And then I get frustrated that no one else is but willing to work with me to get to that point, or something approximating it. And I'd have a lot of friends in the same boat, Pen, and I mean, being on the inside looking in, it's confusing as fuck. I can't imagine being on the outside looking in and going what is wrong with you?
I there's a bunch of people that I know that I'd be like, you need to not be in a monogamous relationship.
Oh, Aradon, thank you for asking. They, them.
Because they're either serial monogamists or they're cheaters, and I'm sitting here going...
And that's why I'm polyambiguous, because I don't know, because I've ended up with those people.
Yeah, that's the thing. But
I don't know if it can work for me, because I haven't had a fair shot at trying.
I always look at it because, for me, all of my friendships, I never considered having a best friend, because, that always made me sad. Because then it's all of my other friends are, ranked lower, and I hated that whole, I hate that.
Yeah.
It just feels scummy. And so, that kind of carried over to every other relationship. So I'm I just can't with a lot of that.
I mean, it all depends on the person and or the people and what they're comfortable with and whatever. And there are tons of different relationship styles, and I don't want to be judgy about it, but sometimes I slip up and go, "What are you doing?"
What do people have about Inception?
DB, that's fucking weird.
A peak
okay,
weird.
that's weird for me.
A fourth wall break inside of a fourth wall break. That's
Okay, that should only happen when you have Deadpool and Pinkie Pie together. Which, I love that crossover that people like to do with Pinkie Pie and Deadpool. It makes me very happy.
CAH means I basically had one friend and a bunch of friendly acquaintances. So best friend. That's the thing. I didn't have a lot of friends, but the friends that I had, I was very protective of. And that's another thing. That basically kind of carried over into the rest of my life as well. So it's no, I'm kind of stuck with this mindset now. Not that I dislike it. It's weird because,
It's not weird. It is. It
is not.
For me, it is far more ideal of a way of approaching relationships, and because I love my friends and I love my potential partners and I love my family, and the love is different, but it's not less.
Yeah, that's here we go. We're just talking about.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
The lady looking at all those floating equations. That
sounds right.
That's how I feel on any given day. The non-sinister. I'm pretty sinister.
That.
I'm.
Yeah, I can see that. Pen. To a certain extent, I have a similarly cultivated friend group.
I'm sorry. Just saying it that way, I just think of Yu Yu Hakusho, the cultivated humans, the little like swamp people men that are just like
Okay, I have
like
a similarly
these are my
curated
these are my
group of friends.
my cultivated humans.
And somehow I always end up in triad groups. So like you and Livit and Sarah and Alex and so I keep on like and definitely the one with Sarah and Alex. We're all neurodivergent. At least two of us are autistic. All of us non-binary, but assigned female at birth, and yeah.
And Zach, welcome. Weird thing is, we were all friends before 2/3 of us were diagnosed. I cooked my mac and cheese on the stove because microwave just died. Oh, damn. I hate that. So my parents just bought a house as well, and their entire, like, their microwave is attached to the same circuit as the stove, and so, like, one thing went out, and they lost access to, like, everything.
Half the kitchen. More than half the kitchen.
And I'm like, I mean, they bought a house.
Somebody done fucked up with that wiring, though.
Yeah.
You done goofed. Speaking of milkshake ducks.
See, the thing is, I hear that, when I hear you done goof, all I can think of is Team 4-Star again. Because, like, that's one of the, it's like, you done goofed. As a response to someone getting punched in the face, because... Alright, I am not leveling up quickly at all.
Level up.
Level up! So I actually, I downloaded a bunch of green screen memes today. So like the failure, success, the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure to be continued. I downloaded a bunch of these things to use in videos later on, and I'm sitting here going...
Tell me you got that Rush clip, though. Like... For the to be continued.
No, I didn't. Because it's just the yeah.
Or not Rush, I'm sorry, yes.
It's just the...
Rowan, buddy.
That's not a place you want to be, son.
It's really not.
Physics, son.
Come here,
Our microwave is also a convection oven. Neat!
That's awesome.
That is all
That is what I want.
Yeah. I would enjoy that a lot.
That would make the holiday meals that I tend to, well, people tell me I tend to overdo. It would make it much easier.
Okay. Jess made a 5-course meal.
It was not a 5-course
It was a
meal.
5-course meal. No. Oh God.
It was an 8-dish meal.
It was an 8-dish meal. Excuse. I'm like, I was like, I need to text Libet and be like, okay, how many different dishes were at Thanksgiving?
I think it was 8. It might have been 9. I don't know. I've slept since then.
And there were only 3 of us.
I pared it down.
We had Thanksgiving leftovers for a week and a half. Yeah, I'm trying to get the cats to stop fucking around with whatever it is they're fucking around with, because let's face it, they're cats and they're gonna fuck around with shit. But, you know. But yeah, like that's yeah. Jess goes a little overboard with
I do not.
with the noms.
I do not go overboard. I don't go overboard. It's like okay, a day and a half of prep / cooking to have a week and a half of food. It's not overboard. It's just good planning. Well, not a week and a half. I throw out leftovers. Well, I don't eat the leftovers after a week. I'm bad about cleaning out the fridge because it's one of the chores that just... And no, I can't make that sound like
No, sir. Can't do it. No, I don't know where you're going, but you're not going behind me. You keep fucking around with shit. No. Either you come over here or you're going to come up into my lap. And we both know that you don't want that.
It was actually a pretty small turkey. It was fine. It was fine.
Okay.
And we actually ate most of the turkey. So, like, within 3 days.
Yeah. I eat a lot of turkey sandwiches as leftovers for Thanksgiving. That is just like
get some Hawaiian rolls and some turkey and a little bit of cranberry sauce and
turkey is just gross.
Delicious.
You, sir, blaspheme.
Okay. I also love ham, but ham is for Christmas and Easter, neither of which I really cook for anymore. I feel like I should cook a ham. Soup-ish.
I mean,
maybe I'll get a ham with that, whopping STEMI money coming my way. I'm rich, bitch. No, rich for me. I haven't tried goose. I would really like to. I did cook a duck one Thanksgiving.
Did it weigh as much as a witch?
At the time I wasn't even remotely close to practicing, so I don't know. I don't know. But I mean, I didn't like it very much because duck is like all dark meat, and I like white meat better. But everyone else was a big fan of the duck, so apparently I do okay at it.
Oh, shit. I have a lot of... I get so many points.
I haven't had lamb since... June of 1997, when I was doing a homestay in Ireland. That is the last time I had lamb. Okay, unless it was in a Euro. But, I haven't had, lamb proper since 97.
I mean, I think the weirdest thing you can say I've ever had... I had duck. That's about it. It's like chicken, but a little more greasy, a little more gamey.
Mm-hmm.
That was really it.
Yeah, I could totally see that. And same with UDB. I wouldn't mind having that on hand for myriad other purposes, but it's not worth it to prepare in order to just get the part that I'll use later and not actually eat what I'm cooking.
I don't like turkey, but I like to try turducken. I'm part of me wants to try turducken. The other part of me is like, again, we have failed as a species.
I think it could be okay. I know that I won't have the patience to prepare it, so but I'm kind of unwilling to let other people cook things.
Yeah. Not
like everybody can bring a dish or whatever, but it's one of those things where, okay, so cooking and feeding people is my love language because I am Southern. And I don't want other people, because especially since I don't cook as much as I used to, I don't want other people to take the one way I can be like, hey, I love and appreciate you.
That's actually exactly what I was going to say. So that's I can't argue that because that was going to be my argument. What? What's the matter?
Kitty boy.
Taxes? What time is it? I have not been paying attention.
Can you get us a good tax deduction for that insurance policy you sold us?
8:41. Like, I have not been paying attention to what time it is because I can't see.
Yeah.
I did try something new this time so that I could actually see the chat, which zooms in my screen a ton. Which has been super helpful for this because it means I've actually been able to see the chat and kind of take over the one. Good news! It's a suppository.
Good news, everyone. You said, okay, it is 8:42, so...
Yeah, I got like 15 minutes. So, is there anything worth shopping? Doom Knight Helm? Really? What about weapons? What do the weapons do? No.
Okay.
No. Would you like a ring of warmth? Not fire, a ring of warmth.
I mean, it's really helpful in cold climates, especially if you don't have enough cold weather gear.
Hi, go lay down. Your brother's laying down. He's being good. Cat streaming with roundtable pizza discussion. And that's... So now I'm just like, good news, it's a suppository. That's where my brain is at.
Well,
now.
you know what, DB? In like 15 years, when it's actually safe because we finally gain herd immunity, you just need to fly out here and I'll cook Thanksgiving and you can have some of that. And then it's a non-issue.
Okay, you're laying down. I will let you lay. Stop trying to mess with you if you're going to behave. There we go.
Oh, yay! That's excellent, Pen. My mom got her first shot last Thursday, and my sister got her first shot, I think, a week and a half ago. So she'll be due in another week and a half, and so like we're all getting there slowly, but like with each step each of us takes, like more and more weight is lifted. Do it.
It's like, I mean, I can't say it. Like, one of my closest friends right now, literally lives down the street from me, because we met him in Final Fantasy XI, and then kidnapped him and took him across state line.
It is actually illegally kidnapping because he was underage. Barely
underage.
But underage.
And this is the point where my lawyer calls and says, "Stop the stream." But no, like he actually he told my ex to be like, if my dad asks, just say that we go to the same community college. And we're like, what the but yeah, now he lives down the street from me. Yep. With his I
his
might as well say,
yeah,
his partner and 2 kids, his better half and 2 kids. And like, yeah, I've met some really weird and interesting people on the internet, and they're all still friends to this day, which is...
Same. Well, not all of them. Some of them I ended up dating and it went horribly, so I've blocked them in every place possible. But most of them, we're still friends.
Regrets. Ragrets were had.
It's actually the era we're specifically talking about in therapy right now, so I'm doing fantastic. Yes. Laugh!
In the words of Jackson, laugh! I was watching, so Markiplier did an interview with Philip DeFranco. And Markiplier mentioned that he used to do the Try Not to Laugh videos, and he's like, I don't do those anymore because they're just so low content, because it's basically just me laughing at everything. And that actually made me kind of sad, because like, I was kind of hoping for more Try Not to Laugh videos.
I love those.
So I'm kind of disappointed that that's...
They bring me joy. Even rewatching them and knowing what's going to happen next, they bring me joy.
They bring me more joy than eating Prilosec.
It'll bring you joy.
It'll bring you joy.
She got lots of mo.
Oh god. So okay, if you haven't seen the Game Grumps consume Prilosec, go watch that after this stream, because it is well worth it. Just consume Prilosec.
Eat Prilosec.
It'll bring you
It'll
joy.
bring you joy.
What's funny is, as someone who was on Prilosec for a while, like, it did actually kind of bring me joy because it made me far less nauseous.
I actually didn't get to try Prilosec. They put me on what was the other Nexium, and it actually made shit worse for me.
Nexium is one of those. It's either it helps or it just fucks you up.
It was awful. And then I was just like, you know what? I'll use Tums in my Lanta. I don't care. Leave me alone.
Circle of friends. I've only met one of them person in real life. Went to high school.
Prilosec is for acid reflux.
Yes, Prilosec. It's the little purple pill that helps.
Nexium was the purple
No,
pill.
Nexium was the purple. That's right. God, it's been a while.
Jesus.
Like at one.
Keep up.
I mean, at one point in time,
Milkshake duck.
I used to be a pharmacy tech, so like I actually knew a lot of this shit, and now I don't. I don't know any of this shit anymore. Like that's, just the long and short of it. I don't know shit anymore.
I know that we need to make a trip to Lowe's soon so that maybe I can actually try to have a garden this year.
I know what boys like. I know what guys want. Sorry, that's just
I do.
Just I don't know why that's where my mind just
The
went.
same for you, ladies. Sorry, ladies.
I'm dating myself again, aren't I? Okay. Reading that in context just made it sound like you were in a loving, committed relationship with yourself.
I mean,
and
who better to be in a loving and committed relationship with?
right? That's actually, I'm like,
That's part of how I'm learning to develop my boundaries and what I feel safe with is by trying to have a loving and committed relationship with myself. Myself drives me the fuck nuts sometimes, though.
balls. Don't trust them. They're nuts.
I do remember Nuprin.
Nuprin. Little, yellow, different.
Mom was on Nuprin for a while.
I just remember Nuprin. Like, I remember seeing the ads for it, but I'll only remember it, like, contextually because of Family Guy. Because they did a spoof of it. Because, of course, they did. They did a spoof of fucking everything.
I mean...
Like...
Yeah.
However, so apparently I was reading a thing. Liam Neeson. Seth MacFarlane made fun of Liam Neeson's accent on an episode once. And then when Seth MacFarlane was doing A Million Ways to Die in the West, he wanted Liam Neeson to do a cameo, and Liam Neeson's like, only if I can use the accent that you made fun of. So he is just like this bad Scottish accent cowboy.
That's awesome.
And I'm like, I like Liam Neeson. I really do.
There's a one-off on the Rusty Quill Gaming podcast, and where it was like a horror story set in the West. And one of them was like, I cannot possibly do any accents. Like, I'm just bad, and it would be culturally insensitive. And so he just played a very old miner turned cowboy from Yorkshire with that thick Yorkshire accent, and it was fucking hilarious.
I can do a couple of accents, but I really don't like it.
I can do it when I hear it. I can't really intentionally do it. I actually was admonished several times when we were doing the trip to UK and Ireland in good old 97, because I kept, like, within minutes picking up on whatever accent was being laid down at the particular time. And everyone was like, "You're being really rude. That's really insensitive." And I was like, "I'm not doing it on fucking purpose." So, yeah, I had a couple of talks with the chaperones because they really thought I was just being an asshole. No. I mean, I was a teenager. I definitely could be an asshole, but that wasn't the way I was choosing to do it.
Yeah, if I'm gonna be an asshole, I'm gonna be an asshole. Like, you'll know I'm being an asshole.
Right? Oh man, I bet that had to be wild.
What was that?
Apparently Penn does that too, and at the time, working at a call center next to a guy from Kenya. I love it. Also, I do really, Kenyan and Tanzanian accents are, I don't know, there's something just, the particular lilt or something, it's just really comforting. I'm weird. I don't know.
I mean, I'm sitting here going, as soon as someone says the word Kenya, my brain goes,
Weeble
where
stuff?
can you see lions?
Only in
Kenya. Come to Kenya, we've got lions.
Oh man.
Because I'm old and I'm a product of the internet generation.
Love Weeble stuff so much.
So when they discontinued Flash, that was one of the things that people were like, we need to, chronicle, because otherwise it'll be just lost.
Yeah.
So Weeble stuff was one of those that they need to make sure.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah.
I'm whiter than a beluga whale rolled in talcum powder. That. Pen.
That guy, the albino guy from that movie Powder, that looked like he was just made of powder. What was that from?
I don't know.
It's something. I don't know. I've literally watched Powder once.
I've never seen it.
Drive-in in 95, 96.
Never seen it all the way through. Just.
I don't remember a single bit of it.
Yep. So we have 5 minutes left.
My watch alarm is about to go off to tell me the same thing because I was going to give you a heads up.
So, thank you all for tuning in. Watching me match gemstones.
And me talk about random shit. Milkshake Duck. Bean Dad.
Bean Duck. Milkshake Dad. Oh, God.
We're only in March, y'all.
We are only in March. Jesus. The last year has simultaneously just gone by way too fast and way too slow.
Well, it feels and for the same reason, because every day feels like every other day. It's filled with bad news, and you're stuck at home, and people are being assholes, and you just it's Groundhog Day for the last year. Phil frickin' Connors, man.
Phil Connors. Spike the cat. Yeah, one of these days I'll post actually, I think I might have a picture of him. I might post it to Twitter, so you can see a picture of Spike the cat, and in all of his majesty, because Jesus Christ, yeah.
Also need to put up a picture of Bob, because he is just the snuggliest, weirdest giant.
Yeah, my parents have a cat named Bob. Bobcat. He's huge, and yeah.
And he is Anchorman. He is Anchorman. I want to be on you.
Yeah. Yeah. He is a weird cat.
There it goes.
But yes, thank you all for tuning in and hanging out during the stream. This has been a fun one and a weird one.
Par for the course.
Par for the course. I've got more Final Fantasy Tactics going up during the week. That's really about it.
Yeah.
Like we're just trying to get through the month at this point.
Waiting for our second dose of that sweet mRNA shit.
Yeah, basically, that's what I'm aiming for. Just more genetic manipulation into my bloodstream.
Put it in me.
Put it in me. Put it in me, Marauder EX 2021.
I know, it came out of my mouth first.
It did. But thank you all for tuning in. I hope you've enjoyed the stream. I'm so glad you all showed up. Please remember to like, comment, favorite, and subscribe, because it really does help. I have noticed some interesting spikes in other videos when you guys like go through and mass like a stream. So that does, I've seen that does.
So just while you're here, just
because YouTube's algorithm is fucking weird. But like if you do like it, it will send other people to it. So I've noticed some interesting upticks in like the most random of videos, which I can only assume is because of this algorithm. So thank you all for that. And we will be back next week, same hat time, same hat channel, for another ridiculous live stream. And if for whatever reason we have to delay or postpone, I will tweet about it with as much forewarning as I can. So, But in the meantime, take care, stay safe,
wash your hands, wear a mask when you are eligible and can do so. Get that mRNA shit in your arm. Do it.
Get it in your body. Your body.
Mwah. Take care. Get some rest, drink some water, take your meds.
Bye, everyone.